Well, you know what, Eric, let's move on to your tip of the week. And we've been talking about a kind of threat by the hyperscaler marketplaces to distributors and companies like Pax8. Threats of a very different kind factor into this week's tip.
Yeah, Rich. So this week's tip is built all around the challenge that I sense that some MSPs are facing in getting every single one of their clients to say yes to an enhanced cybersecurity portfolio or bundle of services, something that strengthens their cybersecurity posture. I've written blogs about this. We've talked about it, Rich. It's having that cybersecurity conversation with your clients to convince them to move forward. And I probably shared my stance on the podcast before that there is no good excuse. There is no good objection for a client to decline enhancing their cybersecurity posture, right? There's just too much risk for them, for you, the MSP, and by extension, all of your other clients. When they get breached, what do? You go save them to the expense of your other clients that are paying you, for those same services because, hey, MSPs are here to help, right? That's who we are. So, a couple of thoughts. How do we influence these clients to move toward the light, Carol Ann, right? Move in the right direction to adopt a strengthened cybersecurity posture, investing in your enhanced cybersecurity portfolio. And, my position, Rich, is you should have a basic minimum set of services that at least addresses the requirements of an SMB's cyber-liability-insurance policy. Maybe they're unregulated, but they have to adhere to that because that's the only way that a small business can pay for the recovery of a breach or a cybersecurity incident is to file a claim against that policy. And as you and I have talked about before, and a lot of our listeners know, more and more clients are their claims are being declined because the insurance company will find something. They're looking for things, right, to avoid paying out. So, have a good, better, best bundle of services. But how do we lead our clients and prospects, and how do we gain more prospects because we are doing specific activities to educate them as to the risks that are out there? 3 quick tips, Rich. Conduct regular cybersecurity webinars and lunch and learns. Get your strategic vendor partners to come in and help put these things on. Get some MDF. Heck, I've even seen vendors that will send somebody to speak at a lunch and learn, right? We talked about loyalty programs, right? If you are that go-to partner, you have a better chance of getting MDF and getting giveaways and getting folks to come speak at your lunch and learns and on your webinars. So that's one thing. Just you are here to inform the public. You're inviting your clients, you're inviting your prospects, keeping them apprised of the latest threats and best practices to mitigate them. Number 2, provide regular threat reports to your existing clients and maybe prospects. If you're dealing with a specific vertical, you can create a search. You can subscribe to maybe some of your cybersecurity vendors have threat reports that you can distribute that aligns with the vertical or the business model that your clients are in. And you're just sending those off, just letting them know, hey, this is what's happening in your industry right now. We should get on a call and chat about how we can get you protected against these threats. And then the third one, Rich, is kind of this is the obvious one, right? It's just continually updating your security stack. The things that you were in your cybersecurity bundle 5 years ago, many of them may not be suitable to combat today's threats and keep your clients and yourself secure. So, I don't recommend, ripping and replacing things every month or every quarter, but certainly take a good look at your stack twice a year, probably a good barometer, right? Whenever we change the clocks back, maybe that's a good tip, right? You're changing your clocks back, you're changing the batteries in your smoke alarm, smoke detectors, and you're evaluating your cybersecurity stack.